one thing about human beings, we forget. We forget. See, yesterday, I was just reminded of an experience that I had sometime in 2018 when poverty was holding. It wasn't even poverty, it was hunger. Hunger was holding me by the neck. Self imposed hunger. You see, because of my own love for investments. As an investor, I've always been an investor. And I'd gone to use my money, my job ready to do something. And I now found myself in communities. If you went to UDS or if you are familiar with the system UDS runs, University for Development Studies Ghana, we ran the third trimester, what they call it, field practical program. So 2018, I was in second year. Yeah, second year. And we had gone for the program. I think most students do it for 2 years. Some do it one year or something like that. Basically, you find yourself in a community, a rural community, and you have to gather data and all of that. So here I was, um, in that in my community, without the funds that I needed to survive because the money they had given me, I had used it to run an investment, like I said, which I'll talk about in another video. And I remember how God came through for me in that season. He used one lady called Dorothy. I've forgotten her surname, but Dorothy. She read education. That babe, she helped me so much. You see, and that season, I really saw God show up for me daily. Even though I was the one who had gone to use my money or misuse my money, for lack of a better word, right? God still showed up for me daily. I saw it day by day. There were like hunger. Jesus Christ. I hadn't sent a stove, didn't send food stuff. I think I only sent some snacks also. Uh-huh. And then the products I'd gotten from the business venture. Some coffee. I say I stayed awake most nights. Not because I wanted to keep a visual, but because I had taken coffee so much. Hey, what's the name? Is it Max? I forgot the name of the design. No, it wasn't Max. I never did Max. Aim Global people. What did I all of you? All of you. But yeah, I'd gone to do that investment and I'd used half of the money. They gave me 1,000 cedis. And that was significant money as of then because I was just going to spend 6 weeks in the community. And we weren't going anywhere and all of that. I was supposed to have food stuff. I don't think I sent them. But I was supposed to have and all of that. And I used half of it to go and do the investment because it was 400 and something, almost 500 cedis. So let's say 500 cedis was out for that, and then the other 500 covered transport and small stuff. So for most part of my stay there, I didn't have food. I didn't have food stuff. I didn't also have money to buy the things I would like to eat and all of that. So there was hunger. Hunger was just wiring me, and God gave me this lady that just cared for me. Like she was just my helper. Right, Dorothy. I've forgotten her name. And in those moments of hunger and all of that, what we're saying it was the fact that my phone was not active for socials like WhatsApp. And I thought my phone was faulty, like because I'd used it for a while. But then it was after the entire period I came home and then I cleared some space on my phone. I realized that it was just a space problem. But there was no indication that it was a space problem and all of that. I think I cleared some chats or something. And then later on my WhatsApp messages now started loading. So I wasn't active on WhatsApp. And I think that time I was over Facebook. So it was only Instagram. And I wasn't really an Instagram babe till that season because that's the only social app I had. So I became very active on Instagram. But otherwise, I didn't really have any social app to interact and all of that. But thankfully, I had my books. I sent a couple of hardcover books. And then I had a lot of books on my phone as well. Anytime I would buy data, I used to download books and all of that. So I read a lot of books that season. That was when I read The Richest Man in Babylon. I love that book so much. And there's a couple other books. I think I read Redeeming. Was it Redeeming Love? No. I think My Mother's Daughter. Some nice books. I read a lot of books. Miles Monroe books and all of that. So that season actually saved me. But it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant. And I remember one of the nights when we were just about to end and we were about to return home, right? And I was sitting down just reminiscing in the community, just the field, the village, like the bush. I was sitting on one stone like that and I was looking up to the skies and I was like, God, whenever I look up to the skies, remind me that there was a season in my life where I thought all hell had broken loose. But then you showed up for me daily. And yesterday, even as we were praying and we looked up to the skies, I was reminded of that particular day. And I'm like, wow. So yeah, here I am, just looking at the skies through my window and just thanking God that, God always shows up. God always shows up. God is always so kind. Just this evening, this song came to me. It's the same God. Was there for you in the midnight. Yeah, that's the song I was singing this evening. And all these things are just reminding me of the several times God has shown up for me. It's not that I'm going through anything giddy giddy right now. No, I'm not stressed. Oh, life is stressful all the time anyway. But I'm not in a bad place necessarily. But I'm just grateful that I'm being reminded of times where God has shown up for me. It's nice. It's nice. It's a beautiful place to be. So yeah, men naturally forget, but remind yourself, remind yourself consciously how God has shown up for you, and He'll continue to show up for you. And other people that God has placed in your life, people will show up for us all the time, but usually we forget. It's very easy for men to. In fact, men forget. It's just a part of man. We forget. That's why God says, "Remember, remember, remember," and that He will not forget. He will not forget, and He sees also. Also, remember today how God has shown up for you. Remember the people that have been a blessing to you, and just keep the gratitude chain going.